Ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels trying to keep up with, well, everything?
Oh, absolutely.
Today we're diving into a Sadhguru speech.
Okay.
This one's all about finding a little more peace,
Mm.
stepping off that hamster wheel.
It's so easy to get caught up in the chaos of it all, isn't it? The constant hustle.
Right. Like you have to do it all.
But Sadhguru, he has this way of just cutting through all that and reminding us what actually matters.
It's like he's saying, look, you're not running the whole planet here.
Right.
Take a breath, find your center.
Exactly. And recognizing that we don't control everything around us. We have influence over our own actions, but
Right.
that's about it. And that's actually kind of freeing when you think about
It
it.
is. So like some days, it is. You just wake up
Oh, yeah.
and it's like the world is against you.
Definitely.
Sadhguru, he compares it to surfing. You ride the waves. You don't let them knock you down.
It is about learning to adapt, right? To be resilient. Life's gonna throw those curveballs. It's like the
Yeah.
weather.
It is. Some days are sunny, some days are stormy.
Exactly. But it's how we ride those waves that matters.
Yeah, you don't want to get wiped out by every little ripple in the tide. But here's the thing. With all the news and information coming at us
Oh, it's constant.
all the time, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. And Sadhguru actually calls us out for thinking all that data makes us intelligent.
Right. It's like there's a difference between knowing a bunch of stuff and actual wisdom.
Yeah, like having all those facts and figures.
Exactly. We can have access to mountains of information, but if we don't actually know what it means, if we don't analyze it, what good is it?
And that reminds me of that story about Andrew Carnegie.
Oh, yeah, the steel tycoon.
Right. When they asked him about his success, you know what he said? He said it was his ability to focus for 5 minutes straight,
Wow.
and that the senators who were interviewing him, they couldn't even do that.
It's true, though, being able to really focus is like a superpower these days.
Especially with all the distractions.
Yeah.
But what if there's more? What if there's like this deeper level of awareness, something beyond all the noise?
Well, that's what Sadhguru is getting at when he talks about the cheetah. It's this concept from yogic tradition.
Okay, I've heard of that, but I
Yeah.
don't really know what it means.
It's like this deeper intuitive place within us. You know those gut feelings you get?
Oh yeah, like an instinct.
That's your cheetah trying to tell you something.
Really?
He says we need to tap into that.
Wow, so it's not enough to just like gather information.
Right.
We need to be able to access this deeper wisdom within us.
Exactly.
It's like we're so busy cramming our minds full of stuff, we forget there's like this whole other level of wisdom inside us already.
And that's where Sadhguru takes it a step further. He says our minds are like, clouds. We can shape them into whatever we want.
Now, that's a powerful image. So if I want more joy,
Yeah.
I need to cultivate a joyful mind.
Yeah. Yes. It all comes back to what we believe about ourselves, how we see ourselves in the world. If we're stuck focusing on the negative, what we can't do,
Right.
then that's what we're going to see more of. But if we can shift that, if we can cultivate a more positive mindset, more expansive,
Yeah.
that changes everything.
This is why I love these deep dives. It's like light bulb moments all the time
Mm-hmm.
because I'm thinking about those days I wake up
Yeah.
and it's like, I already decided it's going to be a bad day before my feet even hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So Sadhguru would say, hey, get better at shaping those cloud, girl.
Exactly. And that all ties back to awareness.
So like not just being aware of my thoughts,
Yeah.
but being more present overall.
Being present, being attentive to what's happening around you, the
Yeah.
whole tapestry of it all, he actually compares it to turning up the voltage on a light switch.
Okay.
Gradually increasing our capacity for attention.
Makes sense. Because when we're scattered, we miss out on so much.
And when our attention is scattered, it's harder to tap into that Shachita, that deeper awareness we were talking about. He says if our attention was keen enough, if it was just there, we wouldn't need to force ourselves to focus.
So you're saying it could become effortless.
Exactly.
Wow. That would change everything.
It's about cultivating that state of heightened awareness where you're just fully present, fully engaged. And from that place, you can choose where you focus your energy much more consciously.
So we become the director of our own minds.
Yes.
Not just letting the camera roll on autopilot.
Exactly. And when we do that, naturally, we start living with more purpose. It's not about controlling everything around us, right? It's about mastering ourselves.
Our thoughts, our emotions, how we react to things.
Exactly.
And that brings us full circle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because remember at the beginning, Sadhguru was like, look, you're not in control of the whole planet.
Right. It's about finding that inner balance, that stillness amidst all the noise.
It's like he's saying, hey, instead of trying to change everything out there,
Right.
maybe look inside.
Mm.
So you're not just being tossed around by life.
It's a more powerful way to be in the world, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground, but, listening to Sadhguru,
Yeah.
he didn't really give us like concrete steps,
Yeah.
to improve our focus, to actually shape our minds like he was talking about.
That's true. He lays out these principles, but it's almost like he's saying, okay, now you take it from here.
Right. Like, what's your path going to be?
Exactly.
Which I kind of like. So we've talked about meditation, mindfulness,
Right. There's so many ways to strengthen that attention muscle.
and even just like trying to be more present in our everyday life.
Yeah.
Those little moments.
Absolutely, because it is a practice.
It is. So as we wrap up here,
Yeah.
what would you say are like the big takeaways from this deep dive?
Yeah.
What do we want to leave people with?
For me, it always comes back to that inner shift, turning the focus inward.
Yeah.
Instead of constantly looking outward for validation, comparing ourselves to everybody else, connect with that inner compass Sadhguru is always talking about.
It's about realizing we're not just along for the ride. We have the power to create our experience, right?
That's it. By shaping our minds, we can shape our reality. But it takes awareness, mastering those thoughts and reactions, and approaching life from a place of being truly present.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So here's a question for everyone listening.
Okay.
What's one small step, just one, you can take today to bring a little more awareness and focus into your life? Just something to think about. And until next time, keep diving deep.